The brief that Irish has prepared for
What's up, guys? I have some great news for those of you who use OBS. The latest ability to so much OBS before having it out. Do something else real quick, and then slash RC1. We're actually RC2 has recording mode. So that MP4, the record S, and M3, cool little pause button. So this is so great for those of us who V, MKV, TS, and M3U8. So FLV is obviously the favorite one here. I'll go ahead and hit apply, and this is the cool part. So many folks have been asking for this. You're probably one of them. If you hit start recording, look at that. A cool
In this video, you'll learn how to share content within a Zoom meeting. From here, you'll be given various options for sharing, such as sharing your full desktop or an individual application you have open on your computer. You can also access advanced sharing options and the ability to share an individual file from a specific location as well. If you're planning to share content that contains audio, such as a third-party video, be sure to select Share Computer Sound in the bottom left-hand corner. Once content sharing begins, you can always stop the share to stop sharing content with others at any time.
Camera, your torso and up, and has a second screen. You need to have them on your phone. Say you have a lesson going on. You go to join meeting, and you enter in your own meeting ID. All right. So it's almost like it's another person joining the meeting.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Muy bien, muy bien. Entonces, a ver, voy acá organizando todo, pero vamos a esperar que entren Ana y Georgios.
Vale.
Muy bien. Ahora sí. Bueno, mientras tanto, hoy miro entonces el texto de The Importance of Timing.
Muy poquito, le he agregado 3 cositas.
Bien, y el otro ya estaba, así que ya está. El de escaramuza va bien.
Vale.
Bien, bien. Bueno. Ahí estamos. Ahí va. Bueno, ¿y Georgios dónde está? A ver, ¿qué encima hoy? A ver. Está bien. Muy bien. A ver, si arrancamos. Bueno, how have you... I do it in English if there is someone watching. Georgios is saying that he misread the calendar and thought it was at 2 p.m. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so planning. On the meantime, Iris, what has been the focus of your planning at the moment?
Well, at the moment I chose harmony to go with. As I said yesterday, I'm struggling a little bit with this way of doing
Organizing everything.
Yes.
Okay, but tell me more. So, what have you? What precisely have you thought to do with your harmony proposal? So, what is your proposal?
Okay, so I thought about having it simpler at the beginning. So on the theme and the first variations, the harmony stays on the same key. And then on the next 4 variations, I start adding other 4-inch keys. And from the 7th to the end, the number of keys is 3 or more.
Okay, let me see if I understood you. So you stay. Why do you stay at the beginning? Why?
Because I want to settle my key.
Good, very good. So you settle the key, and then where do you go at the end? In variation 12, where do you end at? Do
you mean like the key that I've
anything? I mean, within your proposal. So what's the ending? No, what's the arrival point? So where do you want the people to be at in your variation 12?
I see. Well, far from the original key.
That's it. So then your proposal is modulation.
Yes.
Because you are not, for what you are telling, maybe I understood it wrongly, but for what you are telling me that you want to do, you don't want to change the aesthetics of the harmonic plan. You just want to navigate, no, through different harmonies. But we will still, for example, we will still hear a tonal variation in all the cases. You're not going to make a change in that. You're not going to make a polytonal variation, right? Or you're not going to make an atonal variation, or you're not going to make a variation. Yeah. So it's different to Georgios, which is good. So we have variety. Yeah. So it's about harmony, but from a different point of view.
Yeah.
Which is good. Hello, Georgios. How are you?
Well,
I unsuccessfully tried to make this lesson half an hour ago, but all of you were asleep, I think. So, well, here we are.
What was late?
You got it wrong for 2 p.m. and I got it wrong for 1 hour earlier. So, for one reason or the other, we all got it. So, I was here hanging around for an hour. I used the time for something else. So don't worry. Look, we're going to do like this. I have a lesson. We start the lesson now. We finish in because they are picking me up to do here an exam. Yeah, I need to go to a different city. So and then I come back. So when I come back, I catch up in the following lesson that we have this afternoon. I finish with this one as well. So we make it longer. Okay. Okay, so we were saying with Iris, modulation is Iris's proposal. Modulation, yeah? Okay, Iris, I'm going a bit deeper on your proposal. Modulation, you know how I like this to be, very precise. So you have the tema, you have the theme, yeah? And then how many variations are you going to spend on the same home key? And what are you going to do in those variations?
Yes. So I am starting with the theme, and then first 2 variations are going to stay in the same key.
Yeah. And what are you going to do in those 2 variations that stay in the
I'm
same
going
key?
to do harmonic speaking.
Again?
Or harmony speaking, or
in general. Yeah, so what are you going to do in those variations? Because you want to settle I will go there, so I help you with I can see you and I help you with the blackboard. Just 1 second. So, basically, you say, with you is a tree, so I will try to do a different graph. Yeah? So, you have the circle of fields, yeah, so you have C,
Juan, the camera is blurry, eh?
yes.
The camera?
Yeah, no. It doesn't focus.
It doesn't focus. No, because I haven't written anything. When I start writing something, it will focus. That's it now?
No.
Okay.
And I think that you're far away from the microphone, so I can't hear you very well either.
It happens what happened last time. Okay. Let me see. But if I speak here, you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me know about this, because, let me see. I'm going to make a little change then. Do you hear me better now?
I mean, the telephone now is a bit pointless, but yes.
Yes. 1 second. I don't know why it's doing this there on the camera. That's it. Now you can see well, right?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, C, G. F, B flat, E flat, right? For example. Okay? So, Irish language, for what I've seen in her compositions, Irish language is very. Let me see if now it makes it better.
I mean, I'm looking at the computer now because I can see the.
Me too.
Now you can see or not?
Yeah, but I'm not looking at the camera, the extra camera.
Not at this one.
No.
Okay. Let me just bring it closer because last time it was fine. I don't know why it's doing this time. That's it. Now it's better, right?
Yes.
That's it. So, yeah, now it's focused. Okay, so in Irish language, yeah, I am expecting her to write on a very transparent way, yeah. So probably Irish, your music is going to sound melodious, engaging. Yeah, it's going to sound. So you will be traveling through these tonalities, yeah. But the music will never feel as if it is written in a language people cannot understand. I think it will always be melodious, right?
Yes, it will.
Exactly. So then what we need to decide for variation 12, in your case, is how far you want to get in the circle of fifths. Yeah? And that's a question you need to answer to me. So how far do you want to get in the circle of fifths and why?
Well, what I thought is to go to. I mean, I am in D minor, and I wanted to go to F sharp major, but I cannot tell you a reason. I mean,
you want to go to F sharp major?
Yes.
You start in D minor?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Will be tricky.
Yes, I like to complicate myself. I don't know why.
Look, why don't we do like this? Because you only have 12 variations.
Yes.
Okay? So what we need to explore here is which are the techniques that you can use to modulate. Yeah? So, on top of your head, how do you modulate?
On the top of?
On top of your head. So if you have to say just a very straightforward way to modulate. So how would you modulate?
Going to the fifth, to the dominant of the key.
So
to go.
Yeah, because there are certain, to make it work, yeah, there are certain techniques. You can juxtapose two compatible dominants, no? So G, and then, for example, D, right? Sorry, G and then, no, sorry, D and then E, yeah, D and then E, so we are in G major, so then you do D, then you do E, and then you go to A, right? And you finish on A. I mean, you need to develop it a bit, but essentially it will be that. Then another way is using the diminished seventh. So if you use a diminished seventh, we have 4 diminished sevenths, right, that you can use, and those 4 diminished sevenths lead you anywhere. Yeah, which is the toughest, the less advisable mechanism, yeah, because it doesn't sound very good. Yeah, but you can use it. And the good thing about the mini sevenths is that they work chromatically. So if the one that is, let's say, hosted in your key doesn't work to lead you where you want to go, you just chromatically travel through them until you get to the one you need, and then you modulate. Yeah. And then there are the pivot chords, no? So pivot chords, basically you see, you will see all this with Gisela anyway, but for example, there are several chords that are common to different keys, and that's how we are seeing the modulation happening in Kaplan, yeah, all the time. Yes.
The first example you gave, Juan, was a pivot. the re mi. The re that is the dominant of fifth is the fourth of la, and then you go to mi.
Indeed, exactly. That's a pivot. Indeed, yeah, that's right. But because I selected two keys that were.
But if it wasn't, the pivot would have been chromatic. It's either of the two, always.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That happens when you travel to the left. Yeah, so if you travel to the left, yeah, you go. Exactly. So, why I tell you this, Iris? Because you need to see what you're going to be using to then calculate where you can end. Yeah? So, the question I will ask is why? Why that choice?
Because, I mean, I don't have a very scientific reason, just because I like it.
It's something that comes to me when you say that, the F sharp major. I think the F sharp major is certainly one of the keys with more sharps. So it's very sharpened, yeah, in relation to where you start from, yeah? So from B minor, right, B minor only.
Or G flat.
Yeah, it has two flats. Yeah, but when you go, it has a bit more flats when you go on the melody. But yeah, and also you modulate from minor to major, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to see a bit more of what you want to do there. Yeah? So, you start on B minor, then the following, we have 12 variations. So the following variation will be on B minor 2, right?
B minor, yes. I mean, I can show what I did, but
Please.
I didn't finish. I didn't get until the 12th variation. I mean, I tried, but no, I couldn't connect.
No, because that's the thing. How will you do it? No, how? Yeah. So let's say in the circle of fifths. Do you have a circle of fifths there that we cannot see? No.
Not here.
Not there. Okay. So let me see if I can get a circle of fifths here. Just 1 second. Okay. Right. Circle of fifths. That's it. Okay. Okay. I can share the screen here. Okay. Okay, there we are. Circle of fifths. You start on B minor. So B minor, here it is, minor. Okay.
I'm doing D minor, not B. Re.
D minor. D minor. Okay.
Yes.
So D minor. You want to go to this one, to F sharp. Okay.
Yes.
So one question we should ask is how many minors and how many majors you will have. This is the same question that Bach, a similar question Bach asked to himself when he wrote the Well-Tempered Clavier. This is just to let you know that we always have this sort of preliminary setup when we do something, yeah, because otherwise it would be very hard, right, to get to F sharp if you don't really plan it first, yeah, as you can see already. So B minor and F sharp major, we have 12 variations plus the theme, okay? So let's see what we could do. We have D minor, so then from D minor you could major it. Then, so let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, if you travel like this,
Okay.
for example,
I
if If you travel like this, actually you should travel, let me see, D minor, you could travel like this, D minor to G minor, then from G minor you major it, then you go here and you minor it, then you go here and you major it, then you go here and you minor it, see? Like that. So that's an easy way of doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? And the theme is already here. So you have 13 instances. So, and you wanted to stay in the same key at the beginning. So then you can do...
Yes, for 2 variations.
For 2 variations. You could stay 3 and that's it. If you stay 3 variations, you do the theme. And then you do variation 1, variation 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you see, it's looking a bit better, everything. So, now, in terms of what you're going to be changing through, let me just take this off. What you're going to be developing in terms of the other factors of music. Yeah? So, okay, let me see. So we have, the modulation is more or less solved. Yeah, so write it down and then you know what to do. Then, in terms of the other factors, sorry, I will bring the computer here so you can hear me better. So, which other elements you will change in those first 2 variations and why? If I were you, I would use those 2 first variations that are going to be static, harmonically speaking, yeah, to develop a lot, yeah, the other factors that then will travel with you through the modulation, yeah, because when you start the modulation, it would be wise to keep the other factors a bit more steady in comparison to the first 2 variations, yeah, because our very simple and limited brains, yeah, and I'm talking about our brains and the brains of the people who want to listen to your music, yeah, can only focus on a certain amount of things. So if you vary too many things from variation from one to the next one, yeah, probably the effect of what you're doing will not be the one that you're seeking, yeah. So what composers, the same as pianists, need to be desirably lazy, yeah. So whatever you actually do, it should produce an effect. Yeah, if you just change everything and no one realizes it, then it's a waste of time. Yeah, at the end of the day. So you need to say people, okay, now I will change the color, then I will change the shape, then I will change, and then people can see what you're trying to do. If you change everything at the same time, they just see a different thing. Yeah, and they can't find any relationship between what you're showing in the variation and the main theme, maybe. Yeah. So now that I gave you all this prelude, yeah, of what you should do, which are the factors that you're feeling more comfortable to change within these first 2 variations, which are going to stay in the same key?
The rhythm, the melody rhythm.
Okay. Variation 1 and variation 2 are very important variations in your piece. Okay? So, remember what we did with Georgios. Georgios, can you help me? Can you tell me which are all the factors that someone can change? Give me 10, at least.
The register, the melody, the harmony, the tempo, the key signature, the texture, the language. I'm lost now. Don't know what I've left out.
The
expression.
counterpoint, for example, you can add more voices, you can subtract more voices, you can, that's in texture, right? But you can develop it a bit more. Texture is a very important point. So the type of voice leading that you use, the sort of skips, the sort of stepwise movements, the dynamics, the articulations if you're in the piano, the orchestration, in this case you're in the piano, so we talk about articulations and dynamics, so we'll make it more difficult. What else? The registers are very important too. So you don't need to change all that, anyways. So what do you feel more comfortable varying, in these first two variations?
Well, the melody. I mean, the rhythm. Can I choose the rhythm? Like, just the rhythm.
Rhythm.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
I mean, like the melody line, so same stuff, but with...
If I were you, it's like making a cake. If I were you, I would try to spice up this with another ingredient, which is registers. Because if you don't change the register, it will sound very dull, through the entire process. So rhythm is good, rhythm is good, because you're in the piano, and if you were doing a quartet, it would be different. But if you're in the piano, at least you need to move, stretch a bit, So I will somehow, put this compulsory. Maybe not the main thing, don't make it your main thing, but have it in mind, so the registers. Okay? Good. So rhythm and registers, very good. Then, rhythm can produce several different outcomes, in general, So, what are the outcomes? What's in terms of speed, rhythm, character, what's the character of your first variation, of the theme, of your theme?
The character?
The character, how is it? Is it peaceful? Is it energetic? Is it fast? Is it slow?
I see. No, it's super calm. It's super...
Would you say slow, moderate, or fast?
Moderate.
How does this moderate feel express itself within the piece?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Why do you think it's moderate, rhythm-wise?
Because I use long note values.
That's it. How many different note values do you use?
3.
3 different note values. Okay. And
In a theme.
Which are them?
Quavers, scratches, millions.
Change the density, for example, if you move this upwards, right? And you start having semi-quavers, quavers, and crotchets, and the same time signature, and the same tempo, the piece will start feeling what? Denser. It will not feel faster, but it will feel denser. You have more notes for the same thing. And that also, if you don't want to change the speed feel, you shouldn't change the harmonic rhythm. Because if you change the harmonic rhythm, you can involuntarily produce another effect, which is a 2n equals 1r, or the opposite, half n equals, So, and you don't want that, because remember the harmony will also affect the feel of the time signature in certain cases, So you don't want to do that. So I would leave the frame, the harmonic frame, the same, and then I would operate here, I don't think you can really go much slower, much bigger than that, because you might do something like this. If you go bigger than that, I would propose you to, together with making them longer, the notes, with making, for example, crochet, minim, semibrief, to augment the texture, to augment the layers. So if you are in 2 voices, go to 3 voices. So then you can move with crotchets in the middle one, you can move with as in a type of what I hope Georgios is reading the Fuchs book about counterpoint species, yeah? That would be a more advanced species than what you did at the beginning, yeah? Because you have 2 species, you can do 3 species, yeah? And therefore it creates more movement within the same, almost the same frame, yeah? Of activity. You just plant there a base with the semi-briefs, but you still move, yeah, with the minims, and you still move with the crotches, so it doesn't feel too static. Yeah, really good. So my orientation for you today, Iris, would be a denser one for variation number 1 or 2, and a contrapunctually more developed one in variation number 1 or 2. Yeah. Before launching, yeah? This variation, the one with the minims and the crotch, the contrapunctually more developed one, will also push you to change the registers, because to have a nice counterpoint you need to open up the, so you are singing harmony, yeah? Not close positions, but the opposite. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me see something. Just 1 second, so I don't get distracted. Yeah? Okay, so I guess. Okay. Fantastic. And then we have variation 1, variation 2, we have the thema, and then the thema became 2 different things. And then we need to start traveling through this circle of fifths. Yeah? Mechanisms to modulate. Right? Mechanisms to modulate. We have said that in the circle of fifths we will modulate within the same, we will do, let me just find the circle of fifths again. So that's it. So in the circle of fifths, we said the third D minor. So first of all, you travel to the minor dominant, and then you majorize it, and then to the major dominant, and then you minorize it, and you start again. Okay? Actually, I told you the other way around, I think. No, you don't travel to the minor, to the dominants within the minors. Within the minors, you are traveling to the subdominants. Yeah. So you do G to C, for example. You have to travel from G minor to C minor, and then you majorize C minor. Then you go to the dominant, and then you minorize the dominant, yeah, the major to minor, and then you go. Now, in order to make a nice piece, yeah, a nice piece of work, yeah, the modulations, because your topic, I am tending to say, your topic is modulation, yeah. So before putting a crotchet in a stave, yeah, I think you should review all the modulation techniques. Yeah, it's not wise that you start writing this piece without having them super clear in your head. Yeah, because then you will not be. You need that sort of academic inspiration. You need to see everything that you can do, and then you choose. Yeah, or maybe you come up with something new. Where you say, okay, these are all the ways that normally someone modulates to another key. I would like to do this other thing. But in the same way as Schoenberg, right, decided to do something else after having already digested all the common practice harmony, this is the same. No? So you need to see everything that everyone does, and then say, okay, now myself I will do this differently. Yeah. Because it's very funny when people, out of ignorance, they think they are doing something fantastically original, and it has been done for centuries. Yeah. So check everything that has been done so far, or as much as you can, and then you go. Okay. I will leave. I think you have a job there. Yeah. So let's revisit your piece next week when you have done that. Yeah. And you can polish up your plan as well. Anna, I don't want to leave you behind. So what's your plan? I might have to, if I have to stop, don't worry, because we'll catch up in the afternoon, okay?
Amazing. No worries. So my plan is I made the table. I work with the table. Very similar to Iris, I focused on the harmony. And then I focused also on trying to change the syntax. But I am not sure about that, because if I change the harmony, then it's going to be harder to change the syntax, I think, because they're both related. So I have sort of a clash in there.
Yeah. Tires, right? Tires, careful with the tires. All these musical factors that we so freely talk about, yeah, they are not islands that they don't relate to each other. They are all interlinked. So sometimes when you change one, as very well Anna spotted, you drag with it others. ¿Ya? ¿Están acá? Está bien, pero es cuando ellos estén. ¿Están o no? So yes, you have to be careful that when you change something, yeah, you might drag with you something else that you might want to drag or not. Yeah. So syntax does drag other things with it. Yeah. Drags, for example, harmony in the sense of if you change to a different theme type, you will have to keep certain characteristics. No. If you go from period to sentence, what's going to happen? For example, you can't just do whatever you want. So what will happen with the first phrase?
The cadence of the first phrase. One will have cadence and the other one won't.
Exactly. So then you will be. I mean, can you modulate within? It's very strange to produce a modulation in the first phrase to the head. So probably you will have to stay in the same key with half cadence. Then, if you want to modulate, you have to also choose a syntax that allows you to do that. Yeah. So probably a sentence would be a good choice. A period won't be a very good choice. Yeah. All these kind of things. There is another type of hybrid that we haven't checked yet in your lessons, but I will drop it here, which is called the failed consequent, the failed period. We haven't seen it in hybrids, but it happens, yeah? And it is a theme type that has an antecedent that ends on a half cadence and a consequent that also ends on a half cadence. Yeah? It's quite common. It's quite common in small binary themes, in small ternary themes, but you could use it as well in this theme with variations. For example, if you want to travel a lot and if you want to keep the theme kind of unstable, then you will have to use something like that. Okay, I need to go, right? So I will come back during the afternoon. We will do this, I think we have Scaramuzza or something like that, and then, but instead of starting with Scaramuzza, I will start with this, okay? And I will start with Anna.
Thank you.
Okay? So Anna, start working on these questions. I drop you this.
Okay, fantastic.
What are you going to do in your variations, syntactically speaking, okay? Precision, and do a plan. Yeah, of what you want to do in relation with the syntax and the harmony. How the syntax is going to condition your harmony. Okay?
Okay,
Very good. See you in the afternoon.
Thank you, Juan. Bye bye.